Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So the video today I like to share with you is like a lecture in the formal university on Asian history study. So this is not a lecture for everyone. This is only for those who like to study Chinese culture, Chinese history, Wing Chun culture, Wing Chun history. This channel is not for those who like to learn some move in martial arts or who is the greatest grandmaster, who is the best fighter. This channel is for presenting what is the truth exists in the history. So if you are not belongs to this group of people who want to learn about the truth of the history by evidence and by science, please stop this video right now because you don't want to watch this video. So the reason why I'm sharing this today is because after I share my last video on the mole function Bong Sao, there are many Wing Chuners friends, traditional Chinese martial art friends around the world messaging me and discussing with me on the topic of Wing Chun evolutions, who is entitled to evolve Wing Chun, and the justifications, and so forth, so forth, so forth. So today I like to share with you what is the truth. Now, from our friends who messaged me, some of our friends share that what he found out is many Wing Chuners in past many decades having an idea thinking that Wing Chun is really rudimental element, like elementary. So it is up for them to evolve the way how they like to. And they are entitled to do that is because they belongs to like which family, their teacher is who, so that they're entitled to do whatever they want. And due to they are from this lineage, these grandmasters, and they think that the way how they do is legit and it can be justified. For example, like the Bong Sao, they can do Bong Sao this way, Bong Sao that way. Like today, you have many versions of Bong Sao, and that is justified, and they are entitled to do that. So today I want to open up the curtain and show you what is the truth of the Chinese culture and what is the truth of Wing Chun. Now, we need to start with this. Remember, if you watch my other video, the Chinese martial art is belong to the military. That is the first tier, the core of it. And then the second tier is the security guard. The third tier is the school teachers who teach self-defense and so forth. But it is a military art. So you can see that from Song Dynasty to Mongolian Dynasty to Ming Dynasty to Qing Dynasty to modern China and today, you can see the entire how it evolved. And all those Buddhist, Taoist, medicine, they are just enhancements for the martial arts, like today's sport science. Now let's start with the Song Dynasty so that you know what is going on. Okay. Now, before the Song Dynasty, prior to the Song Dynasty, the Chinese have a way of handling science or technology or martial arts or the running their life in their study. So it is very important that to know that the Chinese do not take one evidence to make a conclusion. So you want to learn this term, 孤文, 单文孤证, 单文孤证. Okay. So this is an ancient Chinese saying, 单文孤证. 单文孤证 meaning that single evidence is not enough to justify or not enough to be believed or to be trusted. Okay. So in today's language, this is saying that if you want to say something or prove something or to study something, you need to have multiple evidence, not one single evidence. So this is thousands of years ago at Beiwei, the dynasty. Okay, at the scripture, Sui Jing Zhu. That's where it is. So the Chinese for thousands of years ago already said one single evidence is not good to prove anything. So in other words, if I say that I am from the red boat descendant, and I know the Wing Chun 1850, that is not enough to prove what I know. That is not enough evidence to show that I know the 1850s Wing Chun. This is very important concept. Multiple evidence is needed. Okay, now. So if I say that I am, say, the 4th generation from the red boat, from my teacher, there's only a single evidence. That is not adequate to show anything, to show that am I right or wrong. Not to mention that if I say, I have this lineage, I create this Wing Chun, or Wing Chun is this and that. Like for example, people often argue that Feng Xiuqing say that this is Wang Chun, not Wing Chun. This is eternal spring, not the praise spring. You always heard about this argument in YouTube. On some people say that, well, Yip Man is wrong because It is not praise the spring. It is eternal spring. According to Feng Xiu Cheng, what that is not adequate to prove anything. According to ancient Chinese culture. So that is not Chinese at all. If you say Yiman is wrong, it is not praise the spring, it's eternal spring because Feng Xiu Cheng says so. Okay, so get this clear. The ancient Chinese is like the engineer in Silicon Valley today. I want to see multiple evidence. I will not accept single evidence. Okay, now let's get back to this Song Dynasty. And this is a Mongolian dynasty. Okay, of course, the Mongolian actually destroyed the Song Dynasty. Okay, so let's look at something in the Song Dynasty, which is very important. So in Song Dynasty, when that is the fall of Song Dynasty, in Song Dynasty, you have general like Ye Fei, who is royal to the country. Okay, the general Ye Fei, who is royal to the country. And there's another person who is really royal. That is the Prime Minister, Wen Tianxiang. Wen Tianxiang. Okay, now, Wen Tianxiang was captured, put in prison. And at that time, it is already at the Mongolian dynasty. So it's like 1279, those kind of thing. So the Prime Minister, Wen Tianxiang, the Prime Minister Wen Tianxiang, yeah, this is the year 2079. Sorry, 1279, remember? The Mongolian dynasty start at 1271. And this is at 1279. So at the 1279, this Prime Minister, the Song Dynasty Prime Minister, who was captured by the Mongolian government at that time, put in the prison, wrote the song. This is called the Song of Proper Energy. The Song of Proper Energy. Now, this Prime Minister, because of he is really a knowledgeable person, a very straight person, the emperor of the Mongolian dynasty or the Yuan dynasty invite him to debate or to presenting the Chinese culture. Okay, and among that at that time, it is with who? With the Lama. You know, like the monk, Lama monk, Buddhist monk, Lama, which is the top monk at that time in the Mongolia dynasty. So Wen Tianxiang debate them to the point that they understood more in Chinese culture and accept the Chinese culture. Okay. So this Wen Tianxiang actually debate them and show them what is the in-depth and the greatness of the Chinese culture. So at the time, the Ming dynasty, the Mongolian emperor decide to actually took some of the Chinese culture in his dynasty. So in other words, it's like today's Silicon Valley. If a company was bought by other company, then the VP of engineering or the VP of design will be asked to meet with the CEO, the new CEO. And of course, the new CEO is going to ask you tough questions. And of course, the VP of engineering also will have to tell the CEO what is the greatness of this group, or else all group will be fired, will be laid off. Okay, actually lay off, not fired, will be laid off because it's not used. So Wen Tianxiang is doing that job for Chinese culture. Okay. Now, and he didn't convert. He remained as the prime minister of Song, and of course he died later, executed. And so that is where he wrote the song of proper chi, or proper energy. So this is the entire song. He wrote that in his prison, and he said that this prison. There's many improper chi or energy here, and there are sickness here, and so forth, so forth. But I can stand tall, okay, because we need to have this proper energy. Within the song, that is a term. You say that proper energy is to tell the truth, to write the proper history. So here it said that in this dynasty of Jing, that is this person, Dong Hu, who wrote down what is going on, wrote down the truth without afraid that he might be executed. So Dong Hu, he actually wrote down that the powerful prime minister is actually assassin the king. And Confucian later, the Chinese Confucius later said that Dong Hu, this type of writing is a straightforward writing based on the truth by evidence. Okay, so the prime minister Wen Tianxiang of the Song dynasty is using it, say this is the proper way, meaning that in today's example, like a corporate buy, always that you have a big corporation buy your company, and after the big corporation buying your company, you don't kiss ass. You really present what it is as it is, without thinking about your own benefit. So the reason I share with you this two count on the Chinese culture. The first count on the Chinese culture is we need, they are saying that single evidence, single claim is not going to be reliable. You don't trust that. You want multiple evidence. The second is the Chinese culture, proper energy, proper chi is to tell the truth, to write the truth. Like Wen Tianxiang, you execute me, fine. But I'm going to stand as who I am, telling the truth. And of course, not just creating violence and all those kind of stuff, but presenting what is the truth. That's why the Mongolian emperor of the Yuan dynasty be able to see the beauty, the in-depth of the Chinese culture. And that, of course, it's like a company who take over the other company. If the CEO see what is the value of the company they take over, they're going to keep it. So it's like today's Silicon Valley. It's very rational. It's objective. Okay. Now another guy like Wen Tianxiang, or this Dong Hu, I want to share with you is this Zhang Zizhong. Zhang Zizhong died 1940, May 16. Zhang Zizhong is a Chinese general. He fought the Japanese invasion and he died. The entire army gone. The Japanese general respect him. Even though he is the Chinese general, the Japanese army general respect him. So this is how the Chinese is. It's not about win or lose. You have to be able to stand tall. And as you see here, Japanese or the Mongolian, we just have to realize that we just to know that the people on the opposite, even though politically or in the war, people in the opposite side, but they're smart people all over the world. So like in this, the Mongolian emperor respecting the Wen Tianxiang. And over here, the Japanese general respect Zhang Zizhong. That's how Chinese culture is. Not selling, oh yeah, you know, I just like to sell myself, like this Wen Tianxiang, he can sell himself, be an official for the Mongolian, but he didn't do that. Okay, so there's Chinese culture. There's ancient Chinese culture. Now, this is the basis if you want to talk about Chinese martial arts, or else I don't know what you're talking about. Now, let's get into the topic deeper, the topic we want to talk about today on legacy, entitlement, justification, and so forth. I want to share with you one thing. This is called 禅宗法脉传承. 禅宗 is Zen Buddhism. 法脉 is the transmissions of the Zen, the transmission of the Zen. Okay, Fa mean Dharma or teaching. Mai is like your blood artery. Okay, 传承, 传 meaning the person who pass on, 承 meaning the person who receive. So here it said the person who pass on and receive the Zen teaching. That's what it is. So you look at this diagram. This is from Bodhidharma. This is the second patriarch. This is sixth patriarch. Sixth patriarch has so many students. He passed on the Zen Dharma to so many people. Okay, and all this coming down. Now, This is not your family trees. This is not your family trees. Like today, everybody draw this Wing Chun family trees, and this guy passed to this guy passed to that. What is this really thing is? Well, let me share with you an analogy. This entire thing is like this. You have the blood, the heart here, the heart which is pumping the blood go through the artery. So the guy who is passing and receiving the teaching is like the artery. However, the teaching of the Buddha is like the blood. You need to have the blood, and the artery is to pass the blood. So over here, the Zen pass on and receiving the blood via the artery. You look at it that way. So this is what the diagram is about. So this is not the family tree like Dharma passed to the second patriarch passed to the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and then passed to who? And then you say, well, Hendrik is here, okay? Here, actually here, okay? Because my teacher, Venerable Master Xuanhua, the Zen Patriarch, is under this Guiyang lineage. So I said, well, this is my teacher is here and Hendrik is here. Okay, my teacher is here, Hendrik is here. So why, you know, I have I'm the family tree. This is how high I am, the family position. Not that. Why? Because you need to see the blood. Whatever the name there is just the artery. Without the blood, you are nothing. Okay? So here you want to make sure that you have the blood, or your blood have the same DNA. So this is the truth of the Zen teaching. Okay? The 法脉传承. Today, many people talk about 传承, the pass and receiving. Like, oh, this teacher passed to this guy is receiving, who teach who. But they do not have the 法. They do not have blood. So the entire thing is no longer a 法脉传承图. It's no longer what it means. Okay? You look into, you apply this to Wing Chun 1960, which is started at 1870. It doesn't have this thing. It doesn't have the heart, the blood, the measure, but it is here. So when today people talk about lineage, is this lineage. You talk about this artery here, this artery here, this artery here, and different place, different artery and different place. But it had missing the heart, the artery, the entire thing here. That is what happened Wing Chun 1960. So that's why you have Feng Xiuqing say that Wing Chun is Wang Chun, and you have so many different stuff. Like, for example, the white crane of Fujian people in China saying that that Wing Chun, Praise Spring Wing Chun is just a different name of of the white crane Wing Chun. Is that true? Well, that's not true. But if you do not have the blood DNA, you cannot prove to them that they are not proper. The way how they present is not proper. The same with You see, there's a big problem in Hong Kong in 1960s. That's why Grandmaster Yip Man, in his interview, saying that people need to know that praise spring is not eternal spring. Well, however, did people take that seriously? Of course not. So you see, after 1973 or 72, after Grandmaster Yip Man passed away, you look at the YouTube from Europe. How many people saying that Wing Chun is Wing Chun, and you even have YouTube that showing how the proper training or practice of the Wing Chun Xiu Lim Tao has to be like the Wing Chun way. So in this case, whatever Grandmaster Yip Man say do not solve the problem. Why? Again, it's because of it become your words versus my words. Remember, the one evidence do not make it the truth. The ancient Chinese presented. Grandmaster Yip Man can say that, but people say, well, you know, show me the evidence. And some other people will just counter that in YouTube, and you can say that Yip Man is wrong because this other Wing Chun grandmaster saying that is the Feng Xiu Ching say that is Wing Chun. Okay, then you can see some other Kung Fu master or reputed Kung Fu master writing books to question Grandmaster Yip Man. And then there are even people in the forum saying that, how dare am I using the Ming dynasties or Qing dynasties, Chinese martial art as a part of source or the root of Wing Chun. Well, but no matter what they do, when I present this with the DNA, Wing Chun 1560, everybody shut up. Why? Because it's multiple evidence. So what is the DNA, the blood of Wing Chun, 1850? We know it is. We know what it is. It is from Shaolin Sword Strike. It is based on General Qi Ji Guang bloodline. So the DNA is the blood of Qi Ji Guang to Shaolin, and you're adding some, you mix it with the enhancements of Mei. So you have the Shaolin, and then you have enhancements from the Mei. Okay, so this is the bloodline, the DNA is from the Ming Dynasty, General Qi Ji Guang, go down to Shaolin and get to the Wing Chun. And then it have the enhancements of Mei Zhejiang with very little wide crane techniques there. That is Wing Chun. So multiple evidence you can check. And also, by history, the uprising of the Li Man Mao, and this is the salutation and the identity in the Red Boat of Fine Jade Associations. And Li Man Mao is working with who? Hong Seng Choi Lei Fats, Jiang Hong Seng, to anti-Qing. And Jiang Hong Seng is who? This Hong Seng Choi Lei Fat is supporting the Taiping's military training. And they are actually working with who? The General Sita Kai of Taiping. So we know this. We know this. And it is not Hendrik Santo or Yip Kam or Cho family. Got nothing to do with that. You know, over here is General Chi Chi Guang, Shaolin Short Strike. You know, it is Ermei with a little bit of white crane. You know, in history, it is coming with Li Manmao, the leader of the Fine Jade who get the uprising, who lead the entire group of the opera actor there to do the uprising, where you can check in the history and you can verify that all thing happened because Hong Seng Tri Fat is a part of it. And also you can actually verify, examine the Kung Fu of Wing Chun, because today we still can see very clearly what is the Hong Seng Tri Fat Kung Fu is about, because those Kung Fu is using in the uprising of the Red Boat or Fine Jade or anti-Qing in the Taiping uprising era, 1850s. Multiple evidence. And where is Feng Xiucheng? Well, sorry, Feng Xiucheng is a person which is in 1870 something. And this has happened in 1850s. So that's why it solved the problem of the Wing Chun, Wang Chun. Sorry, that's not what it is. And also it solved the problem of Yen Kei-san, which is using the, who combined the Feng Xiucheng into the Wing Chun. Okay. So it is clear. And now, if you don't have this part, you just go from here. My lineage, my family, who teach who teach who. Sure, you can keep on talking about all this artery without blood. And it turned this one. The Dharma stuff, it turned into just a family tree. Who is whose kid? Who is whose kids? Well, it doesn't tell anything about Wing Chun because it doesn't have the DNA anymore. So what is the legacy? The legacy is this. If you missing this out, you only have this, you don't have it anymore. And if you just keeping creating, evolving here, thinking that Wing Chun is this and Wing Chun is that, without seeing this, obviously you don't know what Wing Chun is. And because of this, as what I just shared with you, that's why even the Fujian white crane people cannot making claim that what it is not supposed to be. Yes, Wing Chun have a small part of white crane from Fujian techniques, but the core is Shaolin Short Strike and the body enhancement is from Ermei Zhuang. So does Ermei people. You cannot just go learn some Ermei Zhuang and then you say, well, you know, I know it all for Wing Chun. No, sorry. Why? Because the fighting part is from Shaolin Short Strike and the Shaolin Short Strike is based on General Chi Chi Guang. Now, as for the other day, on the Bong Sao, this is Chi Chi Guang. This is how the applications of it. It's not up for anybody in here making an imagination. Bong Sao is this way, Bong Sao is this way, or whatever Bong Sao. because they don't see this. And also one thing, you just think about it. How many battles Qi Ji Guang have to fight? Life and death battle. Qi Ji Guang have to fight. And in today's, for past 130 years, how many battles all those so-called grandmaster is fighting in comparison with General Qi Ji Guang? How many hours? So if you look at the history, how many hours of fighting there with the training the entire army versus the Japanese samurai sword and jiu-jitsu, and they come up with this in 1560s. Compare with past 130 years, people create their own stuff, which is not based on this. So how is those things legit? How is those things an evolution? How is that thing, whatever the evolution here, make any sense at all when the evolution is missing the view, the understanding of the core of this heart and the major, the blood and so forth? So if you want to talk about the legacy of Wing Chun, well, unless you got the this piece, you really don't have it. The most you have it is like, oh, my teacher is this, my teacher is this, my teacher is this. That doesn't show you the blood, the type of the blood and the DNA of the blood. Because like today in Zen, I can add my name down here because my Sifu is Venerable Xian Hua is here in located, and I'll be here. Well, that's bullshit. Why? Because I am not enlightenment. I do not have the Buddha's mind seal. People here have the Buddha's mind seal, meaning they are verified that they are the enlightenment in the Zen teaching. I don't have it. I can put my name here. And I can put my Sifu's name here. But big deal. It doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't tell the world anything. I can put my name here. My Sifu is a Venerable Xian Hua, is from Guiyang Zhong, Guiyang lineage, and I'm Hendrik Santo from him. But hey, there is this my teacher. He is he, I'm I. He have the mind seal. I don't have it. So if I put my mind here, my name here, and I keeping eval or keeping doing all kind of stuff, well, I have no idea what is this. So there's the situation, there's the case. That's why you don't know how the Bongsao works, because you don't know this. And you can keep guessing with this, but if you never see it, you don't know what it is. So this is what I like to share with you. I hope that you can see clearly what the ancient Chinese do and the system of the Chinese, instead of just go doing whatever we like. And like today, people talk about internal Wing Chun. What internal Wing Chun? Like in other video, I share with you that the Wing Chun, the internal thing is nonsense. Okay. This is a book from China. It just tell you, martial art have no internal or external. There are many people in China who know this. Okay. Many people in China who is clear, who wrote books. And I have many, many of them. The issue is that China is not United States of America, that if this is the truth, I can slam this to the public saying that, hey, we better behave, okay? This is the truth. If you continue on passing fake stuff, you're going to screw people. That is called what? Public-minded. In Asia, in China, you have burdens, or you must not say this. It's inappropriate to say this or this. Or even you have this, that it's better to keep low. You just wrote it in your book. So do people know that you're promoting your stuff, putting down other people? Of course. So again, it's like you think the emperor of the Mongolian dynasty and the Lama, who is his advisor, is idiot? Of course not. So when they met the Wen Tianxiang, of course they can value who Wen Tianxiang is. The same with the Japanese general. When they fight with Zhang Zizong, who died, of course they know the capability of Zhang Zizong. That's why he respects them, salute him. So this is the issue. Until one have the blood or the DNA, one is not entitled to do anything. One cannot justify anything. And Wing Chun is not really rudimental or elementary, so that I want to evolve this Wing Chun. You look at today's Wing Chun. What did they do? Did they fight with a short strike? No, they don't. They add in Western boxing stuff. They add in what? BJJ. Look at it around. Is it that? What call that BJJ or Western boxing? That's not Wing Chun. That's not how you evolve Wing Chun, because you don't even know what is Wing Chun. And all this Wing Chun, all this white crane is Wing Chun. All those people have no idea what is short strike art. The white crane Fujian guy doesn't know what is the short strike art when he questioned Grandmaster Ip Man, writing the book. The Wing Chun guy who said Wing Xiu for Feng Xiu Cheng say that is Wing Chun, not Wing Chun, have no idea at all on what is Wing Chun. It's just his own one single point opinion by Feng Xiu Cheng. If it's true, I don't even know whether it is Feng Xiu Cheng say that or not, because we don't know. And as what I showed to the entire world, just by the first opening, I know that for past 130 years, you all do not know how to breathe. According to whom? According to the Shaolin short strike, Mei Zhuang, you don't know how to breathe. So thus, it is exactly like this. It is exactly like this. Have no idea on the heart, the major artery, and the blood, which is the most important there, but standing in over here and guessing and using the single evidence to prove that, hey, I'm who's a student according to my experience. Well, as what I asked, how many hours you spend in battlefield compared with General Qi Guang and his people? How many years General Qi Guang and his people experimenting there, fighting the Japanese pirate? So you want to change how the use of the bong sao? You can change it if you really know what is going on. You can improve it. But until you know what is the proper way of using the bong sao, well, I mean, stop playing smart guys to change things. While the General Qi Guang's presentation, you don't watch, you don't want to know. And those are the real thing. Why is the real thing? Because it's proven in the battlefield training. So this is what I like to share with you. If you want to talk about legacy, you want to talk about the entitlement to do evolution, your Wing Chun, my way, this way, and I am fully justified because I'm my grandmaster in this and that. Sorry, in the past 130 years, it's like this. It's like this. You don't even see this in the past 130 years. That's why people don't see the Qi Ji Guang. And that's why even that those guys who question me and say, hey, Hendrik, how come you use the Qi Ji Guang as the root of Wing Chun? They don't even know. They don't even know about this exists. So it's just another single point. Evidence. Oh, I'm the God. I'm the grandmaster, so I can say everything. Well, sure. You can do that, but you are not going to be respected by, like this Wen Tianxiang, by the Mongolian emperor. You are not going to respect it like Zhang Zizong by the Japanese general. Because those smart Japanese general or the Mongolian general will see through you and see that you are empty shell. So this is the reality, accept it or not. So can I just say, oh yeah, I'm from the 4th generations from the Red Boat. Chou Sun is the student of Yip Kam in Red Boat. Yip Kam and Chou Sun both joined the Li Man Mao uprising. And then there's after Chou Sun, there's Chou Tak Sing, Chou On, and then my Sifu Chou Hong Choi. I'm the 4th generation. That's called bullshit. Why? It just show you my relationship with all these people. It got nothing to do with showing you that the blood, the DNA. I can be who I am, have the relationship from backward from Chou Hong Choi, Chou On, Chou Tak Sing, Chou Sun to Yip Kam. I can have all the relationship, but that show nothing I know about Wing Chun at all. The same way, I can say, well, I'm the student of Zen Patriarch Xuan Hua, and Zen Patriarch Xuan Hua is from the Guiyang lineage. Guiyang lineage linked to the 6th Patriarch, the 6th Patriarch linked to Bodhidharma. And here, I know it all on the Zen. That's also bullshit. Venerable Xuan Hua is my teacher. It's just I have a relationship, student and teacher relationship. It say nothing about I know or not about the teaching or the mind seal of the Bodhidharma or the mind seal of the Buddha Bodhidharma brought to China. Get that thing clear. So the bottom line is, do we have the blood? If you don't have the blood, you are not in the bloodline. You can create whatever you want. You still don't have the DNA. So this is the legit way. That is why you have to follow the ancient Chinese way. Multiple evidence. You know what exactly it is. You know the blood, the DNA. And you speak with the blood and DNA. Not money can buy. Not political power can stop you. So there's a reason why I share this. The song of proper energy. This is the real Chinese teaching. You speak the truth. Instead of keeping creating this, and keeping inventing something else. While you don't even know that Qi Ji Guang's the original teaching of Bong Sao and what that is intended for, what range, how is it intended to use. And then you create Bong Sao this way. This is Wing Chun Bong Sao this way. Well, you know what? You can call yourselves your own martial arts. You say, I want to do it this way. This is my martial art, like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee is a respectable guy. I call this Jet Kune Do. This is how I do it. I take the full responsibility. Instead of saying, oh, this is Wing Chun, the Bruce Lee way. He didn't. He says Jet Kune Do, right? So this is what I like to share with you. The truth is like that. You can shut me up. But remember, nobody can shut the Japanese general up to say that Zhang Zizong is not a good general. Nobody can shut the Mongolian emperor up saying that Wen Tianxiang is a good guy. Okay, you can change the Chinese history, but still the Japanese no, the Mongolian no. So you are like a fishbowl, a fish within the transparent fishbowl. The entire world see what you are, who you are. So it is better to learn from the ancient Chinese. Be who you are, present as who you are by multiple evidence. Or when you want to present something, present what it is by multiple evidence. It's not like, oh, Sifu say this guy say this is my way, this is a better, this Bong Sao, this way is the proper way. When one don't even know what is Bong Sao. What is this for? So this is for you. I know it's not going to be like if one is not in the mindset of study Chinese culture, Wing Chun culture, Wing Chun history. And as what I tell everybody in the beginning of this video, this is the reality. You take it or not, it doesn't matter because history is writing this way already. And the entire world knows. We cannot fool the entire world.